I've got an idea for a way that I can use this router setup to cut all these mortises out for these tenons that I've got to cut for this big bed that I'm building. So I've got the OF2200 here with this plexiglass jig on the bottom, and these bottom pieces are adjustable. And I'll usually sandwich those on top of a board so they're equal distances, so I can find the center of a board, and then I can router down with a bit and make a mortise right down the center of the board, which is what I want to do here, but this mortise is much bigger than any bit that I have. So the idea is now that I'm going to move these out further so it marks the outside of those two mortises, and then I should be able to go around in a rectangle and cut that whole perimeter out, then flip the board over and do it again on the bottom side. And if I've dialed in everything really precisely, then those two cuts from both sides should end up matching in the middle, so I have a nice clean mortise all the way through. So now I'll push these all the way to the outside and then flip the router over on top of the board and center it over the mortise. Then I'm going to want to turn that bit to top dead center. Then I'm going to move that bit over until it just hits that line. And I'm working on this front line right now. So now I can take this back plate and I can move it over and try and find a number where it's the same number on the front and the back so that I know that I have it set parallel. So I'll adjust it just a little bit, making sure the bit is on the line and making sure that these two numbers front and back are the same. And then I can tighten those two down. And now in theory, if I laid my mortises out right and they're centered in the board, the number that I would use on this side should also be the same. And then I should have equal movement on both sides. So I'll move it over to the same number on this side and tighten it down on the front. And then I can do the same thing here on the back and tighten it down as well. So now I'm just against the line on this side, just against the line on that side. Now before I cut, I'm also going to place a block on the front and the back, which will act as stoppers so my router can't travel past the two lines on the other side of the mortise. And with those in place, I'll be able to plunge down, cut down the one side, transfer over, cut down the back side, and then go back to the beginning. And then plunge down more and keep on doing passes until I reach as far as the bit will go. Okay, and that's looking really good. I've got nice, clean, straight cuts down all my four lines and really nice straight walls. So now I can flip the whole thing over and come from the bottom side, and then hopefully all these walls match up so I have a nice clean mortise. And I will have to chisel all these corners out because they will be square. Okay, and again, nice clean lines around the outside, but what I was really concerned about was that these walls would meet up. I really wanted to make sure that the router coming from the top and the bottom would meet up and that there wouldn't be a ledge right here. And I'll try and adjust the light so you can see, or maybe I can zoom down in. Yeah, you can see that it turned out really, really good. It's got a really nice finish. So watching to make sure you don't end up with a ledge inside of that mortise really only comes into play when the wood that you're working with is deeper than the bit that you've got. If the bit is long enough to cut through your whole workpiece, then you don't have to worry about coming from both sides and making sure there's no ledge. But this router and jig combo is a great way to set up and cut out a whole bunch of mortises with a high degree of precision and very uniformly so that all your mortises are the same.